elders betrayed him. And turned him right over to the Jewish elders. Yes. And,
All right, you men, get that cross piece in place. You there, nail his feet. You over there, nail his hands. No, you idiot. Not in the palms. Take those out and start over. And go just above the wrists. More pain, and the weight of the condemned won't tear his hands clean through.
Son of God!
You there! Yes, you, Reyes! Quit playing around and lift that cross into the post hole. Look at him, king of the Jews.
Not any money in this execution.
Quit wiping your hands on that robe. Looks to be high quality.
Then we'll cast lots for it.
Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do.
If he be the King of Israel, let him now come down from the cross, and we will believe him.
If thou be the Christ, save thyself. Dost not thou fear God, seeing thou art in the same condemnation? And we indeed justly, for we receive the due reward of our deeds. But this man hath done nothing amiss. Lord, remember me when thou comest into thy kingdom.
Verily I say unto thee, today thou shalt be with me in paradise.
My son, oh, my son.
Woman,
Oh.
behold thy son. John, behold thy mother.
He trusted in God. Let him deliver him now if he will have him. For he said, I am the Son of God.
My God, why hast thou forsaken me?
If he be the King of Israel, let him now come down from the cross, and we will believe him.
I thirst. It is finished. Father, into thy hands I commend my spirit.
How is it possible that a man be the center of more trouble after he is dead than when he was alive? This man, Jesus, has stirred more controversies in his life and questionable death than any 10 men I know. There are those who loved him and who still love him. There are those who hated him and who still hate him. It is obvious to me that both groups are very well represented in my court this evening. But be advised, I will not tolerate any of your differences being exposed during this trial. Do I make myself clear? You may be seated.
Prosecution, please proceed with your opening statement.
It is the contention of his followers that this man, Jesus, actually suffered death on the cross, and in 3 days took up his body to live again. This is absurd to any person of intelligence. I not only do not believe that Jesus was resurrected, I doubt that he even died at the crucifixion. I intend to prove that this Jesus was a fraud, and that he perpetrated, with the help of his followers, a hoax of ridiculous proportion.
Defense.
Thank you, Your Honor. To some, this man Jesus was a magician. To some, he was a great teacher, a healer, a philosopher. But to those who knew him, he was the Son of God, come to earth to save man from his sins, to give up his life that all might live. You will decide within your own hearts and minds the question of his death and resurrection as you ponder the testimonies of those who knew him best. For even those who walked with him had to come to their own understanding of who this man really was, whether sorcerer or Son of God.
I would call as my first witness the Roman Centurion.
Will the Roman Centurion please take the stand?
You are the Centurion.
Yes, sir, I am.
Will you please tell us what your title suggests?
It means, sir, that I have been given authority over 100 Roman soldiers.
You were in charge at the time of this alleged crucifixion. What was your specific assignment on this particular occasion?
It was my responsibility to see that the prisoners were executed by crucifixion.
Could you tell us what happened at this particular crucifixion?
As I remember, there were 3 of them that day. Everything was kind of hurried up because it was the day before the Jewish Sabbath.
Please tell the court what causes death on the cross.
Well, it can be caused by a number of things, usually exhaustion, thirst.
How long does it take a man to die on the cross?
Well, the time varies from, say, a few hours to several days.
Then it is possible for a man to live for several days on the cross.
Yes, sir.
Is it also true that the crucified receive no mortal wounds?
Yes, there are usually no mortal wounds administered.
How then do you ensure that a man on the cross is dead?
We break his legs. If there is no physical reaction, the man is dead. If he is not dead, the shock of the broken legs and the increased weight placed upon the upper part of his body will soon bring death.
You said there were 3 of them crucified at this time?
Well, yes, sir. Jesus and 2 thieves.
Did you break the legs of the 2 thieves?
Yes, sir, we did.
Did you break the legs of this man called Jesus?
Well, no, sir, we did not.
Have you ever heard this man described as a magician?
Yes, sir, I have. I've heard many strange things about him.
What strange things?
He was said to have the power to raise the dead. He was said to have the power to make the lame walk and the blind see.
If he had such supernatural powers, could he not have saved himself from the cross?
I do know the Jews were mocking him and saying, "If thou be the Son of God, come down from the cross." I suppose if he really had the power, he would have saved himself.
Could he have placed himself in a trance and given the appearance of being dead when he actually lived?
I suppose it could have happened that way, but I don't...
Objection, Your Honor. The witness is drawing a conclusion.
Sustained.
Thank you, Centurion. I have no further questions.
Does the defense wish to cross-examine?
Yes, Your Honor. You said you are a centurion with authority over 100 Roman soldiers. A man does not receive this rank without proving himself first, does he?
No, sir. I had to work long and hard to advance to this position.
Would you please tell the court once again what your assignment was at this crucifixion?
I was to see that these men were put to death on the cross.
How do you know that Jesus was dead?
Objection! Your Honor, the witness has already stated that the defendant may not have been dead.
Objection sustained. Please rephrase the question.
You said Jesus may not have died from hanging on the cross, yet you also stated that you did not break the legs of Jesus. Did you do anything to ensure that Jesus was dead?
Well, yes, sir. I had one of my men pierce his side with a spear, and water and blood came forth. That, to me, would indicate that he was dead.
In life, those who did not know Jesus felt he was, in a word, different. Did you notice anything different about the way he died?
I cannot explain it. I've killed many men in the performance of my duty. But this man, he gave up his own life. As he died, the sun was darkened. The earth shook. And and I was afraid. Surely,
if this was the Son of God, then finally it was done. His life is ended. It was done, and so I left that scene. The air I breathe seemed so unclean. The rabble down, control maintained. I really had to leave that scene. Yet this was not the same, you see. For this man gave that which I could not have given. My duty done, still I did feel, when deed is done, somehow forsaken. Surely this was the Son of God, purging believers of their sins. I'll never forget the look of him. I know not how it came to be. That one so humble should aspire to goals impossible to reach, and cause this rabble to desire a willingness to follow him. Who else could be the Son of God? For when my task was done, he gazed at me. Somehow he looked right through me. Then he forgave my thoughtless deeds, his life to save. How then, I thought, could I undo my thoughtless deeds and save his life? For he was the Son of God. I knew not how it came to be, but he was the Son of God. I knew he was the Son of God. Was done, and so I left that scene. No reason more for me to stay. We called him liar, emotions fired, but in my heart I knew the truth. Oh, how the earth grew dark with grief, and fury shook its very soul. That day I gained a firm belief that this was the Son of God. He was the Son of
No further questions.
You may step down.
I would like to call Luke the physician to the stand.
Would Luke please take the stand?
Now, Dr. Luke, we know that you were not present at the crucifixion, but you are familiar with the circumstances around this event. We are also aware that you are one of his disciples. Our purpose in talking with you is to receive a medical opinion of this alleged death. Now, doctor, could you explain to the court what causes death at the time of crucifixion?
Death is caused by a number of factors: shock to the sensitive nerves, internal congestion, inflammation, bleeding, organic disturbances, thirst, and exhaustion. It is a long and painful way to die. You Romans are barbarians.
Doctor, isn't it true that no mortal wounds are inflicted, and that death can, and sometimes does, take a long time?
Yes,
Please explain how a trance can be mistaken for death.
Jesus was not in any kind of trance.
Your Honor, will you please instruct the witness to answer the question?
Doctor, answer the question.
Now, once more, please explain how a trance can be mistaken for death.
But Jesus was not in any kind of trance.
Your Honor!
Doctor, answer the question or be held in contempt.
Subjected to extreme circumstances, a person may sometimes fall into a trance that resembles death.
Is it possible that Jesus may have been in a self-imposed trance in order to perpetrate the intended fraud of being resurrected?
Sir, as I have said, Jesus was not in any...
Your Honor, will you please instruct the witness to give a direct answer to the question?
Please answer the question, yes or no.
I'll rephrase the question. Is it possible to enter a trance resembling death in order to pretend a death and later resurrection?
Yes, I suppose it is possible.
No further questions. Your witness.
Doctor, you are very familiar with the circumstances surrounding this foul deed. Can you tell me what events transpired prior to the crucifixion of this just man?
Yes, he was arrested at night, betrayed by one of his own disciples. He was taken before various groups for judgment throughout the whole night. He had no food, no rest, and no water. After being pronounced guilty, he was scourged and beaten.
Would this have affected his physical condition?
Of course. He was near exhaustion before he was taken to the cross.
How do you know this to be true?
He was ordered to carry his cross to the top of Golgotha, as was the custom. He was so exhausted that the soldiers enlisted Simon of Cyrene to carry the cross.
Would this state of exhaustion have contributed to an early death?
It most certainly could have.
Your Honor, I will concede that people have trances that could resemble death. However, our illustrious prosecuting attorney seems to have conveniently overlooked one rather important detail. Jesus was speared in the side. Now, Doctor, if a spear was thrust into a man's side by a person standing on the ground, the spear would need be thrust upward. Can you tell me what effect this might have upon the vital organs of one so treated?
If the spear penetrated, as it obviously did, this would cause a puncture of the diaphragm. Injury would occur to intestinal parts, as well as to the heart and the lungs.
It has already been stated by the Centurion that water and blood rushed forth. In your professional opinion, Doctor, was Jesus dead?
I would stake my reputation on it. I was not there, but this I know: the man they raised upon that cross did only good. His passing was for all the world a tremendous loss.
my poor craft would not compare with this marvelous deed. I gave them herbs, he gave them life, eternal fare. I would stake my reputation that he died upon that hill, a death that was obscene and cruelly devised by men on earth with requirements political to fill. And you might think your victory won by sending him beyond the reach of followers. But you will see, the time will come when he will take his rightful place and lead us home. Yes, my reputation stands in testament for him. His word will be my healer's art, and I must ever follow him. The man they raised upon that cross did only good. He was my Lord.
Does the prosecution have any further questions?
Not at this time, Your Honor.
Defense?
Your Honor, I would call Martha to the stand. Martha, it has been implied by the prosecution that Jesus was a magician, a sorcerer, and a deceiver. Since you knew Jesus, you walked and talked with him, would you please tell the court what kind of person he really was?
A deceiver? No one who knew Jesus could call him a deceiver. His life was lived in the service of his fellow men. To know him was to love him. A man I had known as an invalid for 38 years was blessed by Jesus, who said, "Rise, take up thy bed and walk." A deceiver? For what purpose?
Yes, the man called Jesus came, spent time to rest and take refuge from the elements and things that troubled him. How I long to see his face, and how I long to see his smile and hear his words and sing sweet songs with him. I washed his feet so weary, sore, prepared him meals he did adore. I miss those precious hours I spent in strict attention by his side. How can you doubt this man? Just look at his effect on multitudes, even after death. Why would I want to live? No longer would there be a need to breathe. If in this man I no longer believe. To say otherwise, I would only be telling lies about him. Jesus came. Spent time to rest and take refuge from the elements and things that troubled him. I washed his feet so weary soul, prepared him meals he did adore. I miss those precious hours I spent in strict attention by his side. What purpose do I long to hear his words, to sing his songs, and once again to see his face and meet again in a holy place? Oh, what purpose do I long to hear his words, to sing his songs, and once again to see his face, meet again in a holy place? Washed his feet so weary sore, prepared him meals he did adore. I miss those precious hours I by his side. Now for what purpose did he come? For what purpose has he come? He gave his life that you and I might live again.
Jesus loved and blessed all those around him. Sinners were brought to repentance. Children were gathered in his arms and blessed.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Does the prosecution wish to cross-examine?
Not at this time, Your Honor.
You may step down.
Your Honor, I would call John to the stand. John, you were one of Christ's apostles, were you not?
Yes, and still am.
Where were you during that dreadful time?
I was there. I had influential friends who protected me, as I dared not show my face before his accusers.
Did you witness the death of Jesus?
I did. I'll never forget as he looked down from the cross upon me and upon his mother. He asked me to look after her, and this I have done from that day.
In your opinion, John, did Jesus die on the cross?
Yes, sir. He died of his own power, for it was his mission. No man could take his life from him. I can yet hear his words ringing in my ears. Father, into thy hands I commend my...
He called me beloved, I called him Lord. I stood there on that very place. He gave his life so willingly. Yes, I was there, but I had not power to wrest him from their hands and spirit him away. No, I had not the strength such act demands. I stood there on that very place. I called him Lord, beheld his face. He smiled at me, it mattered not the agony and pain he fought. I can still hear his very words. As he forgave her ignorance in so cruelly using words, he promised them deliverance. I still can hear his very words. His mission simple, plain and clear. First words he gave and then his life. He freed us all from death and sin and promised we would meet again. I can still hear and the gift of eternal life to all who would believe in him. For he did give unto the Father more than mortals ever could. So willingly he gave his life. I stood there on that very place. I called him Lord, beheld his face. He smiled at me. I still can hear his voice. Yes, I still hear his voice. Can't you?
Your witness.
No questions.
You may step down.
The defense calls Mary, the mother of Jesus, to the stand. Mary, I know this is not easy for you, but could you tell us what happened as you saw it?
How can anyone tell you how a mother feels to witness the death of her son? Everything happened as John and the others have told you.
What did I see when I beheld his face? I saw a child, oh how I love to trace. With gentle touch, his cheeks so soft and warm. Oh how he smiled within my circling arms. I hear his voice so sweetly calling me to share a newfound joy, a flower of beauty, that new discovery, a child's delight in Heavenly Father's world of wondrous sight. And though I knew this day would come, that I must yield him to a destiny so long foretold. So long, my son. Though years will pass and memory may dim, my heart cannot forget the sight of him. From child to sturdy youth, the victory won. Oh, how I thank thee, God, for sending my son. And though I knew this day would come, that I must yield him to a destiny so long foretold, of warning and of prophecy. How much this frame that gave him life would gladly take his place in duty right, with dreadful pain and suffering for just one, to bear for all. And I beheld my son. What did I see when I beheld his face? I saw a child, oh how I love to trace. With gentle touch, his cheeks so soft and warm.
Your Honor, I submit to you that the defense has established only part of this case, that Jesus died. The main question in point is whether or not he was resurrected.
Am I to assume that you concede that Jesus died on the cross?
To avoid further discussion on this irrelevant point, I will concede that he was put to death on the cross. I would like to call Joseph of Arimathea to the stand.
Joseph of Arimathea, please come forward.
You were the man who buried Jesus?
Yes, I buried him. I was assisted by Nicodemus.
Then you believed in what the man taught?
Yes, I did.
And he taught that he would rise from the dead, didn't he?
That was one of his many teachings.
Will you tell me about his burial?
I went before Pilate and asked for the body of Christ. Pilate summoned the centurion in order to confirm that Jesus was dead. He then gave the command and ordered the body of Christ delivered to me. The body was taken from the cross. Nicodemus assisted me by bringing large quantities of myrrh and aloe. We anointed the body, wrapped it in spices, and laid it in a new sepulchre. Because the Sabbath was near, we had to hurry. We laid the body inside and had a large stone rolled against the entrance to seal the tomb.
Then we have only your word that it was Christ you buried? How do we know that you didn't put the carcass of a sheep or an animal in the place and claim it was the body of Jesus?
Why call me as a witness if you will not believe me? It happened just like I told you.
Well, I do not believe you. You admitted that you believed in this man's sorcery. I think you were an accomplice in trying to deceive people into thinking he could forsake the tomb.
I object, Your Honor. The prosecution is badgering the witness.
Sustained. Do you have any further questions?
Yes. Did anyone besides Nicodemus witness your alleged burial?
Yes. A couple of women watched from a distance.
And could they definitely tell what was wrapped in those linens?
I don't know.
No further questions.
Does the defense wish to cross-examine?
Just 2 questions, Your Honor. Joseph, did you have anything to gain by deceiving the Jews or anyone else by pretending to bury Jesus?
No, I did not.
What were you paid for contributing this expensive sepulchre, the spices and the ointments?
I was paid nothing. I did it because I loved this man and believed in
When first I saw the kindness in his eyes, his gentle voice as he explained the price of life eternal, mighty drawn was I to drink of the living word and death defy. When first I saw the kindness in his eyes, oh, how I love this man. How could they ever turn away? While curses, thorns, and whips his soul did flay. Then I laid his lifeless form within the tomb, so honored I could give a king a room within my humble walls. Oh, melancholy day, I laid him there, so grateful he would stay. His presence graced my house so many times, to bide and talk of higher laws betimes, to rest from earthly cares and strenuous day. And though I did press for more, he would not stay. His whose presence graced my house so many times. And now the tomb stands bare. Where is this man who vowed to be with us forever? Gone, and yet there abides a presence in my heart. Then could it be, I pray, will ne'er depart? Oh, stay, this man I love. Oh, how I love this man. How could they ever turn away? While curses, thorns, and whips his soul did flay. Then I laid his lifeless form within the tomb. So honored I could give a king a room within my humble walls. Oh, melancholy day, I laid him there, so grateful he would stay. Oh, how I love this man. How could they ever turn away? With so much kindness in his eyes, and such a gentle voice would never hide behind these manufactured alibis, born from jealous hearts turned blind. Oh, how I love this man.
Thank you, Joseph. I have no further questions.
I would call the Roman guard to the stand.
Will the Roman guard please take the stand?
You were assigned to guard this tomb, weren't you?
Yes, I was.
Will you tell us why?
I always do just what I'm told, but it was an unusual assignment to guard a tomb. I learned that this troublemaker who had been crucified had boasted of rising from the dead. We all knew this was impossible, but a guard was placed at the tomb to keep his followers from stealing the body and claiming that he had risen. So, along with several others, I was assigned to guard the sealed tomb.
You were in charge, weren't you?
Yes, I was the ranking officer.
Did you consider this an important assignment?
No, I did not. I felt the assignment was petty and degrading.
Were you very concerned about how this job was done?
It was unimportant. I had other things to do and think about.
Is that why you weakened when a tidy sum of money was offered to you to leave your post in order for the body to be taken?
Yes, that is the reason. I could see no harm in it. Who would ever know?
You were bribed by the followers of this man to leave your post, and you did so.
Yes, sir.
The reasons for this bribery are obvious to everyone. No further questions.
Does the defense wish to cross-examine?
Not at this time, Your Honor, but I would reserve the right to recall him later.
I call Solomon.
Will Solomon please come to the stand?
Will you please tell the court what you told me previously?
Well, a delegation of Jewish men came around, wanted me to contribute to a special fund. They said it was to bribe the Roman guards, so I put in my share.
Why did you wish to bribe the guards?
Simple. In order to steal the body, so we could claim that he had been resurrected.
It seems clear to me, Your Honor. We now have the testimony of one of the guards that he was bribed to leave his post. Solomon has testified that he contributed to this fund. This could have been done for one reason only. That reason was to steal whatever was in the tomb and claim that it had risen.
Defense, would you care to cross-examine?
I have nothing to say to this witness, Your Honor. Oh, I believe he contributed money to the guards, but not for the reason he has given. I think he gave money to lie about what really happened.
Well, I am known as generous, and many say it's true. And my compassion's much extolled when my compassion is due. So when this delegation came of deserving Jewish men, sure I listened to their passionate plea and gave my share right then. Purpose was an honest one, no bribery can do, to simply make his promises of resurrection true. To ask the guard to look away, and that's no greater crime, and to spirit his body away would take so little time. So now you have the story plain, I cannot tell a lie on any matters touching him. To tell a lie, I'd rather die. Our purpose was an honest one, no bribery can do, to simply make his promises of resurrection true. Believe it or not, I will not yield. My testimony stands. I will not change a jot of it, as your poor case demands. My testimony stands. Well, I am known as generous, and many say it's true, and my compassion's much extolled when my compassion is due. My testimony stands. My testimony stands. My testimony stands.
Your Honor, I would now like to cross-examine the Roman guard.
Will the Roman guard please take the stand?
How long have you been a soldier?
Since I was 18. That's 11 years now.
You are familiar, then, with the punishment for non-performance of duty.
Yes, sir, I am.
Would you please tell the court what the penalty is for deserting your post?
The punishment is death.
The penalty is what?
The penalty is death.
Would you risk death, your rank, and reputation for a bribe?
Yes, I will. No, I would not.
Then please tell the court what really happened.
I did take the bribe, but I received it from Solomon.
He's lying.
He paid me to say that the Jews had stolen the body. I deserted my post, so this gave me an excuse, and I accepted the bribe.
I know your record as a soldier. It has been a good one. But it must have taken something pretty extraordinary to cause you to desert your post. Would you please tell us about it?
I'm not easily frightened. Death to me has become commonplace. We were guarding a sealed tomb. What was there to fear?
We'd stood guard most of the night when suddenly the earth began to quake, and an angel descended before our very eyes. His countenance was as brilliant as lightning, and his clothes were as white as snow. I was paralyzed with fright and fell to the ground. When I got control of myself, I could see that the seal had been broken. The tomb was empty. I could see no reason to guard an empty tomb. I got up and ran away, as did the rest of my men.
All these years that I have served, I never shared or left a post to guard a tomb's no threatening post, all quiet to stand in reverie. But light more blinding than the sun descended and surrounded me. An angel stood before my eyes. I filled with fright, how strange I felt. The seal was broken. Then I awoke to find I had failed. Oh, desperate hour! Whoever would believe my story? For sure there was no lack of power. His body left that resting place. His empty tomb would spell my doom. This plotted tale I did assume. The seal was broken. Then I to find I had failed. Oh, desperate hour! Whoever would believe my story? For sure there was no lack of power. I ran away, now here I stand. The seal was broken.
Your Honor, even if this body was taken from the tomb, or however it was removed, this does not prove any resurrection. The defense maintains that the man was resurrected. He admitted that Jesus had died, and now he claims Jesus is still alive. The defense will need to produce an impressive group of witnesses to make anyone believe that.
Your Honor, the defense would call Simon Peter to the stand.
Simon Peter, will you please come to the stand?
You knew Jesus quite well, didn't you?
I was his constant companion for 3 years.
Would you know him if you were to see him again?
Absolutely.
Have you seen him since his death?
Yes, I have seen him, and I know that he lives.
Thank you, Peter.
Would you like to cross-examine?
I would, Your Honor, but first, I would like to call another witness, Anna of Jerusalem.
Anna of Jerusalem will take the stand.
I will have order, or I will clear the court.
Please tell the court what you have already told me.
I know this man, Peter. I remember him very, very well from the night when Jesus received his trial. Well, a young lady approached and said, "Thou also was with Jesus." I saw him later as he sat with others around a fire in the court of the palace. I'm sorry, Peter, but I had to tell the truth. It is my duty to expose the ones among us who would keep this myth alive for their own good, called rationality to reap. I'm sorry, Peter, but I have to tell the truth. Listen, Judge, I've known this man for a very, very long time. He lies so much, I can't tell when he's telling the truth. I knew this one, how I saw him off, consorting with the band of men who followed Jesus' monstrous fraud, pretending reverence for him. But on the day I asked him, Peter, was thou with Jesus? He turned away. And later at the fire, I asked, was thou with him in the garden today? He answered nay, so I asked him again, art thou one of them? I know thou art. But nay, he said, oh, with pleading eyes, 'twas lies, I knew it all from the start. Yes, I know he was one of them. He was in league with a dozen men who followed him up like sheep wherever he went. I know he was one of them. He was consorting with thousands of men who did for him whatever he said. Your Honor, it is my duty to expose the ones among us who followed him. But in that day I asked, he answered nay. 'Twas lies, I knew it right from the start. I know he was one of them. He was consorting with multitudes. They fell for magic and sorcery, Your Honor, wherever they went. What good is it for followers who leads as they say Jesus did? Peter. I know he was one of them.
Will the Apostle Peter now take the stand? I have a few questions I would like to ask him.
Peter will resume the stand.
Simon Peter, did Anna tell the truth?
Yes, but...
No further questions.
Your Honor, I have some questions for redirect. Peter, did you deny knowing Jesus because you had never met him?
No.
Then why did you make the denial 3 times?
I did deny him. 3 times I denied him, just as he said I would. I had told him I would go to prison or even face death for him. But he knew me better than I knew myself. It was early in the morning when she faced me with an accusation, and I denied him with an oath. As I did, the cock crowed, as he said it would. And he looked at me. I went out and wept bitterly. But I am a better man because of it. I was weak, but from this weakness I now draw strength. I know that he lives. Nothing will ever make me deny it. My life is dedicated to his service and to the testimony that he lives.
I deeply grieve that I was weak and thrice denied my Lord. I could not think to share his fate. though I believed his word. And now I'm driven, I must prove my weakness to be strength. I dedicate my life to him. I'll speak his word at length. My weakness was my courage lack, and now I feel unfit to latch his shoe or dwell near him. My failure, I admit, and now I'm driven. I must prove my weakness to be strength. I dedicate my life to him. I'll speak his word at length, and from now until the end of time, him only will I serve. I must obtain some peace of mind. In that dark hour I nearly left it all behind. And yes, it's true, I must confess, I did that which I regret. From rank denial will yet be sprung his strongest witness yet.
I have no further questions.
You may step down.
The defense calls Mary Magdalene.
Mary will please take the stand.
Mary, would you please tell the court what happened on the morning following the Sabbath?
It was early in the morning that I, along with several other women, hastened to the tomb. As we came nearer, we discovered that the stone had already been rolled away, and an angel of the Lord was there. He spoke to us. "Fear not ye, for I know that ye seek Jesus, which was crucified. He is not here, for he is risen. Come, see where the Lord lay, and go quickly and tell his disciples that he is risen from the dead. And behold, he goeth before you into Galilee. There shall ye see him."
What did you do then?
I ran to tell the apostles. I had gone only a short way when I met Peter and John, who were coming to visit the tomb.
What did you do next?
When I told them what happened, Peter and John ran to the tomb. I followed. I was crying.
Just one last time, I wish to touch his face and etch that touch upon my memory, and let that kind remembrance lift up my heart till that promised time to greet him joyfully. His quiet form I'd soothe with precious balm, and then arrange his shroud most tenderly. took his body? Where did it go? And I bereft not one last touch to know. I could not contain my grief till someone spoke, "Why weepest thou?" Then tenderly he spoke my name, so calm, so sure my grief was gone. He who surely died was dead no more, yet I could not touch him. And I saw with my own eyes the living Lord. And now content I live with pleasant thoughts of him, no grief, no sorrow I afford. For he lives and loves me, this I surely know, I know. For on that morn I saw the risen Lord. I could not contain my grief till someone spoke, "Why weepest thou?" Then tenderly he spoke my name, so calm, so sure my grief was gone. He who surely died was dead no more, yet I could not touch him. And now my eyes could clearly mark his risen form. Now evermore my heart will sing his songs. For I saw with my own eyes the risen
Prosecution?
You loved him, didn't you?
With all my heart.
And you did all you could, whenever you could, to be of service to him, didn't you?
Oh, yes.
And you still love him, don't you?
I love him more than anything in the world.
And you would still do anything to protect his memory and his reputation, wouldn't you?
Gladly.
Even lie for him?
Objection, Your Honor!
She is obviously lying, like all his people are willing to lie for him.
You are the liar! It's you! You would deny the truth and fight against order! Order!
One more outburst like this, and I'll hold you both in contempt.
Order!
I want order. There'll be no more outbursts like this.
But his people are willing to lie for him.
Who are you to say they lie when they have nothing to gain?
Can't you see how they are so eager to die for him?
Order! I want order. One more outburst like this, and they'll hold you all in contempt. There'll be order in the court. Must you make a mockery?
But, Your Honor, he is out of line.
And you are telling lies.
That's not true. He denies the truth and fights against God himself.
They all lie for him. Such puppets make me ill. Such monstrous lies his prophecies fulfill. I know it.
We are not lying.
Yes, you are.
We speak the truth.
Oh, no, you don't.
He who was murdered.
Where did you hide him?
He has risen.
The idea's absurd.
And now he lives.
What proof have ye?
So many witnesses did see him there.
Where is he now? What alibi would you have us believe?
I knew that this would happen.
They even lie for him. They talk of the talk. They die for him. They'd walk of that walk.
The liar is you. You could not afford the truth if it sat on your head till you turn blue.
Quiet! I wanted quiet.
Tell me, why must there be such hate? Obviously the truth has been said. I know Jesus did rise from the dead.
These people have proved nothing.
How can you doubt his caring nature?
I knew that this would happen.
It's obvious he lies.
This is such a waste of time.
Then tell him not to tell more lies.
My patience has reached its very limit.
Next word will find you in contempt. That's better. That's more like it. Now show a little dignity. I want order in this court. I want order.
Prosecution, do you have any more questions?
No, Your Honor.
Defense, call your next witness.
Your Honor, the defense would like to recall John to the stand. You have seen the risen Christ.
I object, Your Honor.
Sustained.
John, would you please state the facts as you experienced them?
Peter and I went down to the tomb early Sunday morning. We ran when Mary told us Jesus was gone. I arrived at the tomb first. I looked in and saw the empty grave, the clothes, and the facial napkin. We remembered that an angel told Mary to tell us to meet Jesus in Galilee.
Did you do as you were told?
Yes, I did.
And did you see him there?
Yes, sir.
Did you see him on any other occasion?
Yes, several times.
Your Honor, it seems to me that this proves what I have maintained all along. He wasn't really dead, and that is why they could see him then.
The prosecution would have us believe that Jesus was an ordinary man, and that he perpetrated a great hoax, and that he wasn't really dead. I think we have proven without question that Jesus was dead. But for the sake of argument, let's say that he wasn't. It seems very unlikely to me that an ordinary man could withstand the humiliation and fatigue brought upon him by the unlawful trials all through the night. The brutality of the Roman scourging and crucifixion, have a spear run through his side and then be seen walking around as if nothing had happened. He would have been walking on feet that had had a large spike cruelly driven through them just hours before.
I never heard any testimony about him walking around.
Your Honor, as my next witness, I would call Cleopas.
Cleopas, please take the witness stand.
You were a follower of Jesus, weren't you?
Yes, I was, and still am.
Would you please tell us of the experience you had on the afternoon of this same Sunday?
It was on that Sunday afternoon that another disciple and I left Jerusalem for
My friends and I walked out that day, such a beautiful day, sunshine and the gentle sound of birds singing songs soon soothed our sad and broken hearts, and so much more could we remember all the precious words we had heard. It was he without a doubt. I did walk with him, I know. I heard his voice, I can't deny that when he broke bread and blessed it, I swear never did I guess that forevermore I would confess he was my Lord. dead who promised life. And it's alright, for he showed us the way he clearly taught. It means a lot. His gift of life for men on earth, a total rebirth. The chains of death would only come to naught. Such a thought, it was he without a doubt. I did walk with him, I know. I heard his voice. I can't deny that when he broke bread and blessed it, I swear never did I guess that forevermore I would confess he was my Lord. Yes, it was he, the greatest man to ever live. It was he without a doubt. It was Jesus Christ.
Your Honor, I could call witnesses for several days to complete the list of those who saw the risen Christ. He appeared to his 11 apostles near Jerusalem. Again, he appeared to them with 500 other men present who witnessed his resurrected state. I do not intend to call all of these witnesses unless the prosecution insists.
Gentlemen, the hour is very late. I must insist that we bring this debate to a close.
Please, Your Honor, allow me to call one more witness.
Prosecution?
Why not?
One more, and one only.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would call Thomas Didymus.
Thomas Didymus, please take the stand.
Apostle Thomas, would you please tell us your story in relation to the question in point? Was Jesus actually resurrected?
I did not believe. I did not believe even my friends, the apostles. When they told me he lived, it didn't seem possible. I told them, except I put my finger into the print of the nails and thrust my hand into his side, I would not believe. It was a week later that I saw him. We were meeting in a room with closed doors when he stood in our midst and said, "Peace be unto you."
Your witness.
Was there any way of getting into the room without opening a door or a window?
No.
But Jesus did.
Yes, sir.
Oh, then you were obviously seeing a spirit, or it was your imagination playing tricks on you, or you were lying. That's it. You were lying, aren't you?
No.
Objection, Your Honor.
Sustained. Mr. Prosecutor, don't make me warn you again.
That's all.
Do you desire to redirect any questions?
Yes, Your Honor. Thomas, what happened after Jesus appeared in the closed room?
He said to me, "Thomas, reach thither thy hand and thrust it into my side, and be not faithless, but believing." I fell to my knees and said, "My Lord, my God." And then Jesus said, "Because thou hast seen me, thou hast believed. Blessed are they who have not seen and yet believe." I know that he...
My lifelong plan has been to doubt the things I cannot see or feel. And when they said my Lord had risen, that's when I needed reason seen. see him, hear his voice, and touch his wounds. And he looked just like a God, standing before me in the flesh. Right then I vowed I never more would doubt my Lord. This would be proof unshakable to touch the nail prints and feel his side, to look into his caring eyes once more. In all of these I could confide. When he appeared among us there, kneeling before him, I was awed to see him, hear his voice, and touch his wounds. And he looked just like a God, standing before me in the flesh. Right then I vowed I never more would doubt my Lord. I envied those who knew, who could believe without a sign or evidence their minds to close. Though it was proved to me he lives, I would not need such proof again. And when they said my Lord had risen, that's when I needed reason, see. When he appeared among us there, kneeling before him, I was awed to see him, hear his voice, and touch his wounds. And he looked just like a God, standing before me in the flesh. Right then I vowed I never more would doubt my Lord. I know he lives.
This court will stand in recess until 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon.
Martha, might I talk with you just for a moment?
Why, of course. What is on your mind?
This is strictly off the record, mind you. I know how you disagree with me. But can you tell me honestly, why do you all believe in this Jesus of Galilee?
He came to die for me.
You actually think he came to die for you?
I know he came to pay the price, for he knew what he must do.
And what was that?
He came that he might suffer for you and me.
Why would any mortal want to suffer for me?
He was not just any mortal.
Then who was he?
He was Jesus, the Son of God.
But it just doesn't make any sense, does it? I mean, how could you believe that a rational God would send his only begotten Son to this earth and allow him to suffer for us?
Because he loved us so, he fulfilled his destiny and paid the price for all that we might live again.
I am almost persuaded by your deep sincerity to believe in you.
Be careful how you talk. Be careful where you walk. are hovering on the edge of persuasion's door.
Dr. Luke, I've known and respected you all these years.
And I you.
You used to be so rational and factual to the T. You said you'd stake your reputation, but how do you account for your behavior?
In my heart I know he walks and talks and lives. The man they raised upon that cross did only good.
And he gave his life so freely that we might live again. All the pain he suffered as he died for you and me, I will always love that man from Galilee. Yes, I do believe in Jesus of Galilee. He came to die for me, that I might be set free. For he came to pay the price, and he knew what he must do. He came that he might suffer for you and me. He gave his life so freely that we might live again. All the pain he suffered as he died for you and me, I will always love the man from Galilee.
Now I can do anything, accomplish my every dream. Oh, how my heart does sing.
My heart does sing
with Jesus' love in me. For he came to pay the price, and he knew what he must do. He came that he might suffer for you and me. He gave his life so free that we might live again. All the pain he suffered as he died for you and me. For he is the chosen one, he is the Son of the living God,
and there will never be another like him. Oh no, like the man from Galilee. Oh yes, I do believe.
Yes, I do believe in him,
in Jesus of Galilee.
He came to die for me.
Oh, he came to die for me.
I might be set free.
Set free. For he came to pay the price, and he knew what he must do.
He came that he might suffer for you and me. He gave his life so freely that we might live again.
That we might
live the pain he suffered
as he died for you and me. I will always love the man from Galilee. Oh, the man from Galilee.
I will always love the man from Galilee.
I will always love the man from
He has risen.
He has risen.
He has risen.
He has risen. He has risen.
He has risen. He has risen.
Praise God forevermore.
Praise God forevermore.
Let the light from heaven shine for us.
Let the light from heaven shine.
Just let it shine for us. He has opened up heaven's gate. He has sealed Satan's fate. Forever, forever, and ever. He has risen. He has risen. And he praises forevermore. He has risen wondrous day. By his life he showed us the way. His love's work on this earth is done. The eternal joy was well begun. He has sealed Satan's fate. He came to earth of incarnate. He has saved us from the evil day. Raise your voice to heaven and triumphantly say, He is our Redeemer. We will praise his name forever and evermore. He has raised us from the evil day. Raise your voice to heaven and triumphantly say, He has opened up heaven's gate. He has sealed Satan's fate. Forever, forever, he has risen. He has risen. Praises forevermore.
He has risen, victory won by the Lord's exalted Son. He came to earth and gave his life for us, that we might live forevermore. He has sealed Satan's fate. He came to earth of incarnate. He has saved us from the evil day. Raise your voice to heaven and triumphantly say,
He is our Redeemer. We will praise his name forever and evermore. He has raised us from the evil day. Raise your voice to heaven and triumphantly say, He has opened up heaven's gate. He has sealed Satan's fate. He has risen, risen.
Yeah.
Praise God forevermore. I know he gave his life for you and me, so we can live as one eternal family. He sealed Satan's fate and saved us from the evil day. Yes, Jesus is our exemplar. showed us the way back home to Him, a prize we all can win, eternal lives, sweet victory. Try to live your life in remembrance of Him. Love one another, turn away from sin, praise His name forever. Try to do what's right, 'cause if you truly love Him, you will shine your light. Shine your light for Jesus' victory. Shine your light for the world to see. Shine your light from the tallest tree.
Then never give up,
and don't ever forget Jesus the risen Lord died for you and me.
now go and lift up your brother and take him by the hand. Go tell him Jesus loves him and share with him the plan.
If you believe in Jesus and do what He said, go shine your light for everyone to see. Now put your hands together, everybody sing along. The Lord Jesus has risen, and this is His song.
Try to live your life in remembrance of Him. Love one another, turn away from sin, praise His name forever. Try to do what's right, 'cause if you truly love Him, you will shine your light. Shine your light for Jesus' victory. Shine your light for the world to see. Shine your light from the tallest tree. Then never give up, and don't ever forget how much He truly loves you. We want the world to know that Jesus, the risen Lord, died for you and me.